Hello everybody, it is a beautiful afternoon, kind of going into the evening now, and as you can see I'm in a car park, Odeon car park. Just went for a little drive out earlier on today, nothing to do, this is my day off and I'm off for the next 2 days, so I thought why the heck not. I am actually talking about a Transformers topic, and it's actually talking about the Transformers live action movie, the Bumblebee movie. Coming out later this year. And so yeah, I just wanted to just talk about it a little bit, about it, because I just want to say, as I have actually spoken a little bit about the Bumblebee movie when it was in its production. I've done at least two videos previous to this one. Now, I'm just going to alliterate and say, personally, I aren't a fan of the Michael Bay's version of Bumblebee. I kind of accept this movie a little bit more compared to the ones that have been out since. The reason why I kind of accept this one is because Travis Knight is attached to it and is directing it, and I love his works. This is the first live action movie he's actually done, which is a little scary to some people because it's a first live action film. But Travis Knight is mainly known specifically for stop motion animation such as Kubo and the Two Strings, Paranorman, and so on and so forth, and Coraline. I just love his stop motion movies. I'm really kind of excited and kind of more, I'd say I'm excited. I'm more interested to see how he can pull off this live action film on a much less budget compared to what the other films that Michael Bay has been a part of. All I know is off the top of my head there is going to be 4 Decepticons in the movie, like I think there's going to be about 3 or 4 Decepticons, and I think 2, maybe 3 or 4 Autobots. It's going to be a much more slendered down cast. So the trailer itself is, like I said, it is a very very simplistic trailer. It just pretty much just shows off the main character in this, and just pretty much her kind of stumbling upon a Volkswagen Beetle, and then she takes it back to her workshop, and long story short, she looks underneath it because something fell off, like a part. So she goes to look where it came from, and she then discovers Bumblebee's face. Pretty much he wakes up out of possibly like a stasis or something, and what I love about this trailer, it's probably going to be one of the most like wow kind of jaw-dropping, like kind of it's probably going to be kind of like a jaw-dropping scene, because he actually transforms with her underneath the car, and that is nothing I've seen before, and I want more what I've not seen before. That is what I want from this movie, because even though this is movie Bumblebee, and I just said a moment ago I don't like this character, but I'm behind it because I love Travis Knight. He's a great storyteller with very little to go with. You know, he pretty much can craft a great story with a great bunch of just fantastic animators, and so he's able to create a fantastic story out of these little puppets. And if anyone can do that, then I personally I have a bit more faith that they could craft a nice, good story for a family-friendly audience, because that's what this is for. You know, this version is meant mainly more for the kids themselves. It's not necessarily for like how Michael Bay made these movies practically for a kind of like a teen demographic, like a teenager demographic and young adult. But to me personally, I still love the first 07 film, and then after that I just think they kind of went completely off track. Everything Michael Bay has done in each film, there's nothing different. There just doesn't seem to be anything different from the 07 movie to The Last Night. You know, everything's the same. The story has not changed that much at all, except the artifact itself. Everything revolves around an artifact. Every movie revolves around a specific artifact, and that is the thing that is really boring. This movie, it does not revolve, at least at this moment, it's only the first little trailer, but this trailer, it does not revolve around an artifact. It revolves around a relationship with this girl. And he's obviously, this is the first human, this obviously is the first face-to-face human interaction he's had. And that is what this movie's about. It's about his relationship with this young girl that fixes him up. She's a mechanic. And pretty much they have to run away from Nest. I assume it's like the very early version of Nest. So they're having to run away from these military guys. And along the way they come into, looks like Starscream's in the film, and looks amazing. Apparently I've heard there's going to Barricade's going to be in this film as well. So I'm really intrigued to see what Decepticons are in this movie besides Barricade and Starscream. But yeah, I'm also interested to see what Autobots are going to be in there. I mean, I want Optimus in there, but not for the entire movie. I want him probably just like at the beginning, where he's pretty much kind of might either hear him come over on like on his comm system, or you actually physically see him in one scene at the beginning of the movie and maybe once at the end. What I mean by that is just, obviously, Optimus is the commander of the Autobots. He's the leader of the Autobots. So pretty much, I want him to be able to say to Bumblebee, right, I send you out on this mission, Bumblebee, and pretty much because obviously Bumblebee is a scout, not a warrior, a scout. Thank you. So pretty much, he's a spy, because apparently in this movie, he's actually going back to being a spy, which is essentially what a scout is. They go out on reconnaissance missions, and pretty much that is practically, I think, what Bumblebee has been doing all along. And then obviously he is in stasis for some reason. Something must have happened to him, must have been attacked by a Decepticon, so he's in like a stasis sleep lock. And then obviously he meets this young girl on his travels, and then he goes on this little quest with this young girl, and they run into humans, bad humans, or military types, and they run into other Decepticons and other Autobots along the way. And that is pretty much what I see from this trailer. It's a much more simplistic version of a Transformers live-action movie, and for that reason, I'm all for it. Because Michael Bay puts way too much emphasis into these things, and he loses the plot all the time, because he's constantly changing the way the movie comes over. He's constantly changing the design aesthetics. He's constantly changing the storyboards and on the actual scripts and everything. So by the time it gets to actually being put on film, the movie was what it was supposed to be at the beginning. It then changes about 3 or 4 times during the whole film being on screen, and then you completely don't even know what's gone on. And that's what happened with The Last Night. But anyway, so that is what I'm going to say for this video, people. Thank you very much for watching. So I just wanted to talk about the trailer and my thoughts. I'm really looking forward to it. Even though, like I said, I'm not a big fan of that character, but I want to see it because Travis Knight is a part of it, and it looks pretty much brilliant. I love how Bumblebee looks as well. He looks very G1. I know I'm going to get a bit of hate from that, because I'm going to say, oh, you're a G1er. I'm not necessarily a G1er, because I was born in '89 and I grew up with mainly Beast Wars and things, so that is my G1. Even though Beast Wars is essentially part of the G1 universe, but still, I respect G1. I love G1, but I am still open to change and open to originality as well. But I just generally really like the aesthetic looks of Starscream that's in the trailer, and also Bumblebee himself. It looks really good, and I'm happy he's a Volkswagen Beetle as well. Thank you very much for watching, people. Please remember to subscribe, comment and rate for more videos, and I'll be back very soon with more. Peace. Bye-bye for now.